Hello, my friends. I usually use these as opportunities to rant about things I have no control over. And today is no different than those days, except for the content and the topic. This is a requiem, a brief one, for a loved one. If you're in the family, you know who I'm talking about already. So I will only say that when you get those 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning phone calls from sheriffs or police officers or other loved ones who have heard from sheriffs or police officers or other loved ones or what have you, you dread those calls, and we know about those calls. And, well, we got one of those calls this morning. 42 years old is not very old. I'm 54, and when I was 12, I held my niece Kelly Scott in my stupid fat little arms and was so proud to be an uncle. And I still am. But at about 2:30 this morning, Tempe, Arizona, my quirky, kooky, crazy little niece, Kelly, was struck by what appears to be a drunk or impaired hit-and-run driver in a crosswalk in downtown Tempe, right near Arizona State University campus. And while she wasn't killed instantly, she died shortly thereafter. She was, according to the police officer, found unconscious a minute after the accident occurred. The police were right on the scene, and within minutes after that, CPR was administered, and it was of no use. A bright little light of joy in our lives, an often frustratingly crazy and unhinged little light, blinked out early this morning as we slept. And to the people who told us this horrifyingly bad and hope we never heard it news, to you, Paige, thank you for doing the hard thing. You have been her best friend her whole life. And she loves you very much. Not loved, she loves you. To all her friends scattered hither and yon across many quirky communities of America, especially here in Southern California and there in Arizona. If any of you are watching this, well, nobody wanted to have this news. Nobody. I had always hoped that at my funeral, the person who would dress the most embarrassingly would be my little niece. The person who'd show up in a fright wig with all kinds of ghoulishly, ghastly, strange decor, probably with a copy of Nightmare Before Christmas or some other sort of strange prop from the Devil's Rejects would be there to adorn the blessed mourners. And there she'd be with her rosary and her mantilla, and she would be such a good Roman Catholic like she is. And not was, is. But she's gone from us now, and it's a terrible, awful, shitty day. But I went to Mass this morning, and so did my mother. And as Scots and Hemphills and Romans and Estradas and Feuderers and Peters and Simows and all of the crazy quilt of family that love Kelly weep today and are angry today and are going through all of the gamut of emotions today that we all go through when we lose a dear one in this unannounced, unexpected, completely unnecessary way. Some of us will focus on the rage. Some of us are more accomplished at rage. I am more accomplished at rage. Rage is one of my food groups. And I'm going to need to control that because I have 3, pretty soon 4 little ones to take care of. Many of you who love Kelly know she loved your little ones because she cared for them and she changed their diapers and she took the crazy pictures and she was crazy cousin, crazy auntie. She was the one singing the goofy songs and being the goofy girl. And I'm grateful that I kept all that stuff. And now when I want to share a Squidbillies quote or a meme from Tombstone, I will have one less spirit to share it with. And that's why this little picture that we gave the girls, that Grandpa Eric gave to the girls a few years ago, an illustration from The Lion, the Witch in the Wardrobe is so apt because whether it's Susan or Lucy on the back of Aslan leaping joyously through the air, there's only one silver lining to this black and terrible day. And that's that Kelly is reunited with her beloved papa-grandfather, my father Ed. That the great-grandmother and great-grandfather and maternal grandmother, our Mima, Harriet, and Helen and Alexander Hemphill, who she never really got to know at all, that they're there with their arms out. And all the stories she heard are real now. Not just really amazing and really bright and really vibrant and really before her time, but now they're in her time because now she's out of time. And one way or another, all of us are going to be one day, you know? And we know that, but we just don't expect it to be right now. So, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, grab somebody you love and tell them that you love them, because you might not have the chance to do it one more time, you know? And I told her 3 weeks ago when I talked to her the last time, and I sent her some stupid picture from some stupid episode of Aqua Teen Hunger Force. And that was it. That was the last transmission. But now I'll just talk to her in my dreams, and I'll speak to her in my prayers. And the next time I hear a song that reminds me of her, or see some silly thing that I knew we both liked, just like when I see a hummingbird, I think of my dad. Or when I hear somebody say it's just one of those things, I think of my great-grandmother. Or when I see a naval vessel sailing across the surface of the ocean, I think of my great-grandfather. And all the other people who've gone ahead of us, and the things that remind us of them. Well, when they're dead and gone and with God, all we have are the memories. So hold on to them, and hold on to the people who aren't memories yet. Kelly Maeve Scott, I love you, and I'll see you. No rush, but I'll see you. Bye, sweetheart.